Now, let's move on to the third checkpoint in structure and written expression. So, the third checkpoint is you must check expressions of quantity. Some English expressions of quantity are used only with countable nouns. For example, for nouns that can be made plural. For example, boy and boys. However, other expressions of quantity are only used with uncountable nouns. Nouns that normally cannot be made plural, for example, like happiness. Now, there are a lot of countable nouns, for example, many, number of, few, fewer, one, two, three, many people, number of people, few people, one person, two people, three people. And let's compare with the uncountable nouns. Much, yeah, much water, amount of water, little sugar, a little, less. Yeah, that's the examples of countable and uncountable nouns. Now I will give you the example of the questions in PTESOL test. So here is the model. The professor will require us to conduct research, many of which can be done in our own library. The professor will require, that's A, us is B, to conduct research. Many is C, of which can be done in our own library. Our own library is D. So, what is wrong with that sentence? The answer is many and research are not in agreement. I will explain why. In this question, research is an uncountable noun, so it means that research cannot be counted. Thus, the expression of quantity, many of which, reverse back to research, all right? But many cannot be used with uncountable noun. Remember when I first stated the examples of countable nouns, many are used with countable nouns. Thus, answer C is the correct answer to the question because they are incorrect. Many of which is incorrect because it refers back to research. Thus, the correction must be much, not many. So that's the example of the use of countable and uncountable nouns in PTESOL test. And now let's move on to the fourth checkpoint, appositives. This may be a new term for you guys. However, this is a very important thing that you must learn in PTESOL test. Okay, an appositive is a noun structure which comes just after or just before another noun structure. The appositive renames or has the same meaning as the noun structure it accompanies. Appositives are often said by commas. Remember commas. Appositives comes from adjective clauses. For example, listen to me carefully. Felia, comma, who is my senior, comma, remember, accompanied by commas, studies psycholinguistics. Felia, who is my senior, after the comma, Felia, comma, who is my senior is an adjective clause, comma, studies psycholinguistics. But that is not included as a positive. The positive example is like this. Felia, comma, my senior, comma, studies psycholinguistics. That's a positive. All right. So a positive is accompanied by a comma and it refers back and it has the same meaning as the subject. So here, Felia and my senior has the same meaning. Felia is my senior and my senior is Felia. And important note, the commas used in many appositives is very, very important. All right. Well, so for example, here, Minnesota, comma, blah, 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 comma, actually has 12,034 lakes. Minnesota, comma, blah, 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 comma, actually has 12,034 lakes. What is needed in this sentence is the appositive because remember, you will stumble upon a comma, a pair of commas. A, the length of 10,000 legs. B, it is the length of 10,000 legs. C, its length of 10,000 legs. D, to a length of 10,000 legs. So, because we need an appositive here to rename Minnesota, then in this question, the most correct answer is A. Why? In this question, remember, the question is asking for an appositive, something that that has the same meaning as Minnesota. And then the verb here, we have the verb Minnesota actually has the verb. So the subject and the verb is already complete. And the commas around the missing segment show that something is needed to modify the subject. Answer B, I will repeat, answer B, it is the land of 10,000 lakes. Remember, the sentence already consists of subject and a verb. So it contains the main clause, which is not suitable to the subject because the subject and the verb are complete already. How about answer C? Answer C, it's land of 10,000 lakes. Answer C contains of a noun phrase subject. A sentence must not contain two subjects. Yeah, the two subjects are not allowed in one sentence. Remember. All right. Answer D. How about answer D? To a land of 10,000 lakes. All right. 10,000 lakes. Answer D is a preposition phrase which shows motion. It means that something is moving to the line, which is not correct. So the correct answer is answer A because it originated from an adjective clause. For example, Minnesota, which is the land of 10,000 lakes, right? And then the form is changed to an appositive, and then it renames the subject. So the answer is A, Minnesota. The land of 10,000 lakes actually has 10,034 lakes. The next checkpoint is the fifth checkpoint, which is you must check verb tense forms. The English verb has 5 principal parts. These principal parts are used in forming English verb tenses. There are 5. First, base form, start, hope, study, eat. So this is the base form of the verb. And the second one is the present one. The present form can also use as depending on the subject. Start, starts, hope, hopes, for example, and then present participle with ing, starting, hoping, and past. The next one is past, started, hoped, and the last one is past participle, started and hoped. Now I will explain. When parts of the verb be, what is be? Be is basically the are, the am, the is, the are, was, were, be, been, being are used to form active verb tenses. They are followed by a present participle as in the continuous tenses. Remember when I said present participles, I said ing, right? So it means that when there is be and they are followed by a present participle, then you must add the word with ing. For example, the verb be. For example, I am. I'm using am, so the subject is I. Hence, I should use present participle as in the continuous tenses. For example, right now, I am teaching. All right, the subject is I, and I use the be, which is am, because I use be and I want to create an active sentence. Then I use the verb with ing in the continuous tense, right? And then I use the verb form in present participle using ing. So I am teaching right now. Okay, so how about another thing? Let's talk about another example. I have been living here for a long time. Here, I also use present participle. However, I use another be, another form of be, which is been. So the sentence is present continuous. All right, present perfect continuous. I have been living here for a long time. Here I use be plus present participle as well. However, the tense is present perfect continuous. Okay, And then that's for the use of be and how it changes the verb form. And the second one, I will explain when parts of the verb have. Have also has a lot of forms. Have, has, had, having. They are used to form verb tenses. And however, earlier be is followed by a present participle, but now have followed by a past participle, as in the perfect tenses. All right. Here, the example: I have lived. All right. So after have, it is followed by a past participle. I have lived, not I have living. Yeah, I have lived here for a long time. Yeah, after have, you must follow the sentence by past participle. And then, how about if I use have and then there is been? Well, for that, I have been living. Even though you use have, the context here is that you use present participle because you use the word be, which is been. Okay, so if you only use have, it means that you use past participle. However, if you use have and been, focus on using present participle. So, I have been living for a long time. Have plus past participle, present participle. All right? And then I will give you the example of the model question in PTESOL test. The example: David has eating A in B, C, this restaurant several D times. What is wrong with the sentence? David has eaten in this restaurant several times. What is wrong with the sentence? Remember my explanation? In this question, the verb has is followed by the present participle form of eat, right? The result is the incorrect formation of the present perfect tense. When has is used, remember, it should be followed by a past participle, not the present participle. Has eaten. No, it's not correct. Remember what I said. If you want to use has, it means it must be followed by a past participle. Thus, answer A is the correct answer to this question because has eaten is incorrect. So the correct answer is has eaten.